You come from a film family and have achieved everything at such a young age. Today, at 24, is it too good too soon as a phenomena, you think?
Good evening, everyone. I know my father will be very proud of me because I'm in a very intelligent room and in a very intelligent space and an intelligent hotel for today. But I have to say that whenever people ask me about my achievements, Karan, about how you're doing so well, how do you feel, you're doing this, you're doing that, to me, I'm just doing. I have no idea of how well I'm doing and what that means for me and whether this is too good too soon or whether I'm going to burn out. I think that if I sit back and assess every step I take, then I'm going to be taking myself way too seriously. All I want to do is give a lot of heart into all my performances, into every character that I play. And I want to be remembered for the movies that I'm a part of and the characters that I play, because that's the kind of impact movies had on me as a child. So I want to be that impact on the younger generation and the older generation and everybody. So yeah, I never look at myself as a third person. I'm just going with the flow, as they say. So I think definitely initially I was very vulnerable, and I was also very hungry to prove and make a point. And I want to say with age, but I don't think I should say that since I'm 24. But maybe with experience and just as you said, I've been working since I'm 17. But in the last 2 years, there just came a bit of a realization to me, and that is the only constant in life is change. So today, I may be getting a lot of love, tomorrow I won't, maybe. Today, I may be getting a lot of hate, tomorrow I won't, maybe. So some things are like, some days you may wake up and say that, okay, I wish I'm being better at this, or I have a better, I had better diction, I had better this. I can always talk about what I don't have and what what I can do better. But instead of whining about how they're comparing me to people, I can just better it.
Right.
And I can just try to be the better version of myself.
Please.
Okay, like Barkha rightfully said, you have to learn to just not care about it. You have to take it in from one day and take it out, not let the appreciation get to your head, and not let the criticism or the failures get to your heart. Because at the end of the day, I believe the only constant in life is change. So it's there tomorrow, today it won't be there tomorrow.
I know it's only been a few years, but how do you look at the journey? Did you feel like people judged you too harshly in the beginning?
Yeah, of course. But I think it's also good that people judge me, because I feel there needs to be something, there has to be some growth, and there has to be something to compare it to. So there has to be a before and after, whether it's physically, emotionally, or whatever, talent-wise, there has to be before and after. And I'm not saying I'm an after right now. My after is still to come, probably when I do my last film, which I hope is never. But I feel like there has to be some growth. So even though the judgment was really strong, and even though there is still some judgment even right now, I really like the fact that there is, because I like to prove people wrong, and I like to take it from point A to point Z. That's what I meant earlier by saying that change is the only constant. If I get so attached to the kind of films that people are liking, say if people like Highway and they liked Urta Punjab, that means I only do those kind of films. I don't do any kind of cinema, because obviously they like it, when they like it when I'm getting, when I'm in tough situations, or when I'm looking not like myself, or I'm just like really having a really hard time.
You have done a series of dysfunctional work.
I have.
And not that your work is dysfunctional, the characters have been.
But then that wouldn't make me probably take a risk and do Badrinath Ki Dulhania, which is till date my highest grossing film.
Yeah.
So definitely I'm super detached from my work, and I don't want to get too attached to even the person that I am today. When people come up to me and say, you're so inspiring and all of those things, and what I do for other people, I feel really happy, I feel grateful. I take a moment to remember that, okay, this is what you really work for, to make an impact. But then that instantly I just like snap out of it, and I just tell myself that this is not going to be there tomorrow.
Flaws to hona chahiye. That was not part of the film. That's just something that I shot apart. I think flawsome is something that we've come up with. They've come up with कि flaws hona bhi awesome hota hai.
तो अगर आप में फ्लॉज है, जैसे कि मुझ में मैं बहुत जल्दी बात करती हूँ, वैसे बात करती हूँ, तो वो एक फ्लॉ है, बट आई सेलिब्रेट इट एज अपोज टू हाइड अवे फ्रॉम इट. मेरे चेहरे पे एक अगर दाग है, जो यहाँ पे एक मुझे मैंने एक दिन दरवाजे के अंदर ही आई वॉक्ड, तो मुझे यहाँ पे एक कट हुआ, तो आई थॉट लाइक आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू हाइड इट. वो है तो सेलिब्रेटेड. तो जैसे कि छोटे छोटे फ्लॉज हो सकते हैं आप में, but it's not a bad thing, क्योंकि flaws होना भी जरूरी.
Finally, let me ask you, Alia, when you wake up every morning and go back and do a job that you've been doing now for about 4 or 5 years,
4 years,
4 years, what is it that drives you? Are there days when you just don't want to work? Do you love work every single day? What's it like?
I love being in front of the camera. I love being an actor, and I love performing. There are days that I do. Of course, it's not normal for me not to feel exhausted and not to feel like, why are we doing this? But that's usually when we're promoting. So it's never when I'm acting.
But it's true what you're saying, because today being an actor is so much more than just acting, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's about promoting. It's about selling brands. It's about so many things.
Exactly. You know, but I love the creative part of it. I love creating, and I love being a part of something that's never been. So that's beautiful. And yeah, it drives me. I think, honestly speaking, when you wake up every morning knowing that when you were barely 3 or 4 years old, the only thought you had in your head was to be in that idiot box, and then you're finally doing it, I think you don't need any more drive than that.